everybody, welcome back to Heart Breathings and another notebook challenge video. So if you are new to this channel or new to the notebook challenge, it's a challenge I've been doing all year, challenging writers and everyone who is creative to actually use up the notebooks that you have. So at the end of 2018, I did a video about 30 plus ways to use your notebook. So I'll link that down below. And I just made a commitment that since I had such a huge hoard of notebooks, I was going to try to use or repurpose a notebook for every single month of 2019. And I'm going to be giving away at least one notebook for every month of 2019. So we're all the way in November and I have definitely been using my notebooks and I hope that you have too. It has been awesome to see so many shown on Instagram. You guys have been sharing them with me, either tagging me at Heart Breathings blog or the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge. So continue to do that. I would love to see your notebooks, and especially next month we'll do kind of a roundup or review of how things have gone. So the notebook that I'll primarily be using this month is going to be my traveler's notebook from Chic Sparrow, and I'm actually not going to be using anything new this month, so I'm kind of going against my previous thing of using up a new notebook every month. But I just realized, like, I've started so many notebooks this year, I really want to get a lot of them finished, so I'm switching it up a little bit. So you'll see how I'm using this in just a minute. And then this month I'm also doing something a little bit different in that I'm going to give you a choice of which notebook you would like in the giveaway. So the first one that I have to give away is this Studio O notebook that says "We're All Mad Here," which of course is from Alice in Wonderland, and I'll show you a quicker look at this or a look inside of this when we go to the top down video in just a second. Also, another choice that you have is this Erin Condren On The Go folio that has the flowers on it. This was the breast cancer awareness journal that they had, that some of the proceeds went to breast cancer research, and they sent it to me accidentally. I'll show you the one that I actually wanted and got in just a minute. I also have a couple of journals in this, so I'll show you those, but I'll let you choose between which one you would like to have if you win this month's giveaway. So let's get started looking at this month's notebooks. Okay, hey everybody, so here we go with the overview of what I'm using this month. And like I said in the intro, I'm going to be using some different things that I used like earlier in the year, rather than pulling out all brand new notebooks, because even though I've done a great job using up some things, I would like to take some of the things I started earlier in the year and focus the next 2 months on really just completing those. So I'm going to briefly kind of go over what has been, what I've been using successfully and what I'm going to try to use up. So I think I had shown you guys the Erin Condren On The Go folio that was the teal colored one, and I finally did get this one, and it's already kind of gotten dirty, but this is their pink one, or I think it's called mauve. And like I mentioned in a previous video, instead of sending me the mauve when I ordered it, they accidentally sent me this one. So this will be one of the giveaways this time, which is very pretty, but it's just not what I wanted. But it's kind of the same color, pink. This one just has these pretty flowers on it. So I have several notebooks in here. This works kind of like a traveler's notebook. And I actually have these first two, which are the wellness log and the like happiness journal or self-care journal. Those I'm going to use in 2020, but they're just hanging out in there. I haven't started them yet. I did start the gratitude journal, and as you can see, I have not been using it every day. So like the 10th, the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, I did a good job using that every day, but like 22nd, 24th, 25th. So I don't necessarily use it every single day, but I did a pretty good job. And what I like about this is it focuses me in on gratitude, but it has some prompts on it, like moments I cared for myself today, beautiful things about today, people I enjoyed today. Because otherwise, when I do a gratitude journal, it just ends up being like my kids, my husband, my fans. It's like the same things over and over again. So this gives me a different way to sort of focus my gratitude. And because it's undated, I don't really worry too much about like, did I use it every single day, or, did I find the time? But it just also just gives you a few little lines to use. So I'm going to continue using this one, and I really like this. And of course I I got this one, which is the Q4 Daily Planner for 2019, and I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but I thought I might use it for time tracking or tarot cards or other kinds of, I had a bunch of different ideas, but basically you can see I've absolutely not used it at all. So now that November is past, now that October is past, I'm hoping maybe to get on board with it for November. I'm just not sure if I will or not, and I'm not going to stress about it because it was a really good deal, and hopefully November and December I will get a chance to use it. But basically that is this on the go folio. I'm only really using this one gratitude journal, but it's good to get in the habit of it because I know that next year I want to use those two, the wellness journal and the self-care journal, a little bit more. So kind of getting into the habit with those. Then another one that I do keep kind of by my bedside is this one, and I haven't really talked about this one in several months, but this is an Editor's 365 Stalogy notebook, which has 365 pages in it, and I was going to use this like instead of a Hobonichi this year, and I talked about this a little bit, that this is sort of, I don't know if you guys can hear Evie, but she's kind of she's awake and she's on the floor in her Dakatot next to me, so you can kind of hear her a little bit over there, but anyway, hopefully she'll let me finish the video. I'm going to try to speed up just a little bit. But this is a Kiki K notebook cover that's leather that my husband got for me last year for Christmas. And I've been, I focused on filling this out almost every day that I could at the beginning of the year, kind of as just nighttime journaling and some of my tarot card reads and things like that. I stopped using it in June or actually at the end of May because things got so crazy with the move, and then I just didn't get back into the habit of it. So I want to pick this one back up and start journaling in this, except I think I'm going to write in the mornings in this one instead of in the evenings. And one of the pens that I've got that I'm going to use with this is a Villa Beautiful pen that I'm really liking, but the funny thing is on certain kinds of paper, this pen will skip, and I'm not sure why, but this paper is fine. But you'll see in my 2020 planner lineup that I'll be recording soon that I'm not going to be using the Stalogy next year. I'm actually going back to using a Hobonichi because I just like the paper better. So I'll talk about that in my 2020 lineup. So moving on, a little bit of an update. You guys may remember this was my January journal, and I knew that it would take me the greater part of a year to fill up, but unfortunately in June, you see June 7th is the last time I wrote in this, I lost it in the move. I could not find it, and we had so many boxes still that were undone, like that were still packed up. And finally, when we were looking for some things, because my mother-in-law was coming to visit this past weekend, I got a receipt in there. I saw it somewhere. I found it. So I still would like to get some of this one done. So I'm just not sure exactly when I'm going to use it. This is more of just a general journal. Like this one was a nighttime sort of gratitude, tarot, spiritual journal. This was just like get it all out, really like morning pages style journal. So I'm just not sure. I'll update you guys in December if I ended up using both of these or if I just focused on one and then I'll focus on the other one at another time. But anyway, this one was about halfway done, and that took me several months to get there. So I doubt I'll finish this one by the end of the year, but I'm going to do as much as I can and not stress it because I don't want to fill a journal just for the sake of filling a journal. I want it to have a purpose and to be helping me like work through my thoughts or anything else. And I've mentioned before that I've been struggling with postpartum anxiety and depression. I don't think it's a really bad case of it, but especially at night, I'm having trouble with panic attacks and other types of anxiety. So I'm starting therapy this week. My doctor suggested Zoloft, but I just don't want to take any kinds of medications. So I'm starting therapy this week. So I think that one or other or both of these journals will come in handy when it comes to sort of working through my thoughts with therapy. And I know that's a very personal thing to share, but then again, I kind of feel like as writers, a lot of us do deal with mental health issues or depression or, trauma in different ways because we're creative and we're very cerebral. And so I wanted to mention it to let you know that, if you're facing depression or you're facing anxiety issues, that it's okay to talk about it and that it's okay to seek help if you need it. And even those of us who, have productive schedules or seem like we have a great life on the outside, we do still struggle with this kind of stuff too. So you're not alone. And I just wanted to get that out there. So, okay, next notebook. This one I've shown you before is a composition size notebook from Webster's Pages. I don't think it has, it's got the WP on the side here. And I got this for like $9 in one of their sales. So I was super excited to grab it, but you can see I've also done literally nothing because I am working on Fate's Surrender instead of the next book in my Shadow Demon saga. So this one goes on hold, but hopefully I will start putting some notes into it this month because I'm hoping to move into writing Vengeful Darkness in December. So this one will either start to see some progress this month or next month, but it's on my list of notebooks to use. And I'm just going to be writing like threads of certain things, like notes that I'm taking about the story so that I know what's happening in those last 2 books. So this is my plotting notebook, and I'm not even sure it's all going to show up in the frame here, but this is a Happy Planner Deluxe notebook, and I just did a video about how I outline my novels that I'll link for you if you didn't get a chance to see that. But I sort of redecorated the front. Now this particular Happy Planner cover has the word hustle here written in gold, and I'm just not a fan of that word anymore. I used to love that word, like, yes, hustle harder or whatever, but it does not speak to me anymore. So I covered it with a heart that I made with my Cricut, and then I got these little dots from a sale recently on the Carpe Diem website. And so I just covered up that word hustle because it's not about hustle for me right now. It's about aligning with my goals. It's about, you know, doing the things intentionally, but not about just getting as much done as possible. It's about taking care of my health and well-being as well. So this is my plotting notebook. It has an old Happy Planner with some pink metal discs in it, but it also has a lot of things that I have added to it. So this is my word count tracker that I use. This comes in the HB90 planner, and you can see on the first I got 2,056 words done for Nano, and that's all I've had a chance to write. So I'm hoping tonight to go to one of the write-ins and get another at least 3,000 or 4,000 words so I can start catching back up. But in this pink tab here, I have my writing plan for Fate's Surrender, and then I have my plot, which I haven't started filling this out yet, but I do have a lot of the plot figured out. So this is my plotting notebook, and I keep a lot of my notes for the story go into this notebook. So this is still another notebook that I use. If you want to see it a little bit more in detail how I set this up, then go watch that How I Outline My Novels video. But I take a lot of story notes in here. So this one kind of stays with me, even though it's really big. I carry this with me even when I go out to write for now. Now, once I have all my note cards done, I won't take this with me. I'll just take the note cards, but they're not quite finished yet. So still a work in progress. The final notebook that I'm going to be working in this month is my Chic Sparrow Traveler's Notebook. Now this is like ridiculously filled up right now. I wouldn't normally fill it up so much, but you'll see I have this notebook in the back. I also wanted to mention that at the NaNoWriMo, one of our NaNoWriMo meetups, we had a new writer come to the meetups that's a local writer. Her name is Laura, and she was telling me that she makes planner stuff on Etsy, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to find out what you're doing and what you make. And so she gave me a link to her website and told me that she would give me a coupon for free shipping so that she could just bring it to me at the next meetup. So at our Nano kickoff party, I ordered these things and she brought them to me. Look how cute this is. Now this is like little roses and it's all felt. And all you do is it has this Velcro here, so you can put it on your traveler's notebook. You could put it on just about anything. Actually, I think it probably would fit like on this as well if you wanted to add it to like a Class B one. But I love it. It's so cute. And then also, she must have a thing for dragonflies, which you guys know that I do, because her store name is Dragonfly and Acorn. And look at this cute dragonfly charm. Sorry, you can hear Evie kind of making noise over there. And I just love it. And the green kind of matched this green. So I'm using both this month and I just love it. Another one that I bought from her is this one. Look how cute this is. Like, so yeah, Dragonfly and Acorn, which I'll link to her shop down below for you. But another one that I bought from her is this one that's more for writers. I'm going to take it out so that you can see it without so much plastic glare. But it's basically, it has like a little pen nib, a bunch of different colors, and then it has this little book that says Once Upon a Time. And look, I mean, that would be so cute on here as well. But I didn't want it to be like too many things on here. But I might end up moving this to a different planner and using this on the strand. But anyway, supporting local businesses, but also a new writer friend who is doing nano. But if you guys want to purchase anything from her shop, she's just getting it off the ground, and I'm really happy with it. I think they look really cute, and I'm excited to use them. This is so cute, and it's really well made. So go check out her shop. It's down below, and if you want to, in the comments, let her know that you found her through Heart Breathing so that she knows I'm supporting her. So this is and has been kind of a spiritual journal. Now, I used to use my other traveler's notebook that is more like pink with the like coffee rings on it, but I have two of them. So this is my Mr. Darcy ink, and a lot of people don't like the Mr. Darcy leather because it shows like every scuff, but I like it because it looks well used. So this is Mr. Darcy ink from Chic Sparrow. I have just a few things on the inside, a simply gilded bow, a little coffee cup from Pumpkin Paper Co. I also have, goodness, I also have some little page flags here that I stick in case I want to use those, and some more simply gilded stickers and a little like acrylic board here that I use. Then I had made all of these little dashboards and stuff earlier on in the year, and I've used this notebook before. So back in March, I used this for a positive aspects journal, but I didn't quite finish the entire journal. So you can see there's maybe like 10 pages left. And so I want to actually use up the rest of this journal. So I'm going to probably be doing like a positive thoughts journal. That's just going to be a daily thing that if I find myself like sinking into thoughts of anxiety or negative thoughts, I'm just going to turn to this journal and just write a little bit of like affirmations where I say like, everything is okay. Everything is always working out. It's, you know, I'm so grateful for my sweet baby, you know, just those kind of thoughts that to counteract those thoughts that get kind of negative. So there's only a few pages left. I hope to finish that one up. Then there's this one I used to use a long time ago for Heart Breathing's notes. And, so there's also only maybe about 15 pages left in this one. So I think I'm going to use this one for really writing out my thoughts of what I want. Hold on a minute. Okay, sorry, I had to just go check on Evie. I want to use this one, I think, for really thinking ahead to 2020, like exactly writing out which planners I'm going to use, what systems I'm going to use, what I want to do. I want to develop a better morning routine to help support myself getting into a good mood in the morning instead of being frazzled. And, you know, I want to really write out my thoughts of how I want 2020 to go, what books I want to publish, all my dreams and goals for the year. And I might even use this as kind of like a 2020 vision board type thing. So that's my plans for this pink notebook. Now, this third notebook is a notebook that I wanted to use for A Course in Miracles, which is like a metaphysical text that I want to kind of get into. And I just haven't had time to start that. So that's going to be something maybe I look into in 2020, but I'm not really going to worry about it for now. This final journal is another one that only has a few pages left. And see, this one I was using for ritual to like write out kind of things that I wanted to manifest. So I only have a handful of pages left in this, and it's been a very powerful notebook for me. And so I'm going to finish that out with one more final thing that I want to manifest for the end of the year. So those are those kind of notebooks, much more like spiritual writing, but also things that are going to support me moving into 2020. And I really feel like something that's not addressed enough is that when it comes to writers and how creative we are, you know, people talk all the time about the hustle and the getting things done and the marketing and all of that kind of stuff. And I know you guys, a lot of you do want to see more marketing videos from me, but I also feel like so much of success as a writer and happiness as a writer comes from your relationship with yourself and your own mental health. And so I do spend a lot of time focusing on that, and actually more time focusing on that than I do on marketing. And that's just kind of the way I do things, which is very different from the way some other people self-publish, but it's just another example of how, you know, it's really just about what you want to do and what you want your life to look like. So another thing that I kind of had stuck in the back of this, but it's really too big to go in, is this Archer and Olive journal that I've been using since mid-year to do my tarot card journal. So I did a setup of this on my Sarra Cannon channel that's more like for my fans, but you guys can go watch that if you haven't seen it. But this I do, it's like my word for the year, my tarot forecast. This is more like my tarot card journal. And I have been keeping up with this pretty well, I feel like. I I put all my tarot readings with every new moon, every full moon, sometimes just at night, I will do a tarot reading, and I put it all in here instead of that other notebook that I was using. So I feel like this one has been going really well, and this one is very personal to me. So yeah, I really have enjoyed this. So like I said, I tend to use a lot of my notebooks for more of like my mental health and my own like spiritual journey, which I feel like really plays into my writing as well, and my ability to like get in touch with that creative side. And you know, if that doesn't appeal to you, that's fine. It's just my example of what I like to do. And I've been using this Simply Gilded kind of gemstone pen with this one, which I like. So those are the notebooks I'm going to be using and kind of how I'm using them. You can see, because I'm dealing with the postpartum anxiety, I'm really focusing on my mental health here, as well as my plotting, since it's NaNoWriMo. So those, you know, that's where most of my focus is right now. It may change by the beginning of the year, and most of you said that you do want to see this challenge continue for 2020. I might actually add to the challenge. So we'll have the notebook challenge, but also I was thinking, since I also have an equal number of pens, that I might also do a pen challenge. So it will be all in the same video, where it's like, these are the notebooks, this is the pen I'm going to try to use up this month, and then giving away a pen, because I have an enormous amount of pens as well, and it would be nice to start giving away pens and markers in addition to the notebook. So just an idea. Let me know what you think, if you have a lot of pens lying around you'd like to use as well. So let's go quickly to the giveaways. Like I said, you're going to get to choose which one you'd like if you win. So you can choose this one, which is a Studio O deconstructed notebook that has this great binding where it literally lays completely flat. Like, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, how great is that? That's one of the things I love about these notebooks. They're just completely flat. None of the paper like will fold over on you or anything. These lines are a little bit more wide ruled than I prefer, but these are great notebooks. I've filled many of these. I used to love it. I've talked about it before. They used to have a larger one that's like the 8.5 by 11 letter size. I loved those, and then they discontinued them. So this is the basic size that you see, and I think it's kind of similar to an A5 size, but it's a little bit bigger. So that's A5 in comparison. So these are really nice. This one has a Alice in Wonderland theme to it, and the pages kind of have a little bit of an antique-y feel to them. So they're a little bit like yellowed and yeah, like antique. So let's see, it says it has, nope, it doesn't tell me how many pages it has, but probably about 200 pages, 150 pages in this notebook. So this is one that you can choose, or you can choose this Erin Condren On The Go folio, which I only have 2 notebooks to put in it right now. So I've got this Oh Joy notebook that is just a lined notebook that hasn't been used. So I also have this I Am Enough journal, which it says here, it says, this journal is intended to remind you that you're worthy of love, deep joy, and connection. So this has a lot of prompts for like, what does I am enough mean to me? Identify yourself and your self-image, introduce yourself. So this is another sort of mindset type journal that some of you might find helpful. Then it has 2 more of these bands so that you can put 2 more journals in them. And part of the reason that I'm letting you choose is because since I don't have 4 full journals to put in this, then, you know, some of you might not want it if it doesn't have all 4. Okay, so as we wrap this up, I've got Evie in my arms here, so you're probably gonna hear some little baby noises, but you will get to choose. All you have to do to enter to win is just comment down below. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Would love to have you here. Hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos go up from me. And if you're participating in the notebook challenge, I would love for you to tag me over on Instagram at HeartBreathingsBlog, or use the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge to let me know what notebooks you're using and how it's going. And again, to participate, you don't have to actually fill up a whole notebook every month. You can see very clearly that I have not filled up a notebook every single month, but you can just make a commitment that you're going to start using your notebooks, that you're going to start writing again, that you're going to start journaling again and reconnecting to, you know, maybe something that you used to love to do, or reconnecting to yourself or to your stories, and just find different ways to use your notebooks. All right, guys, that is all I have for you this month. This giveaway is going to be open until Saturday, November 9th, which time I will comment on your comment, and I will leave the winner's name up in the description box as well. All you have to do if you win is email me and let me know which notebook you would like and send me your address. Again, open internationally, so please comment and I will pick one winner. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.